let's go into marketing automation real quick. So you can see this Pen Club sales automation. There's been 26 enrolled contacts. And I have this automation here. And if I click on this report view, you can see this is where we're at with our automation because this is a 2-day listener event. So I'm waiting 2 days to see what happened next. So, if you think about this in your own, own implementation, the idea of being able to see, okay, these are how many contacts are inside this automation funnel. I can look at this on a date range, yesterday versus today. So it can get really powerful. You can also export this entire report if you want to know all the contacts that went through the automation flow, where they stepped out of that flow. And when you think about digital, it really truly should be. I have a hypothesis. If I put someone through this flow, it's going to increase conversion. It's going to drive sales. It's going to do something for my business. And your ability to pull reports. What makes Sitecore really powerful is the ability to pull reports at a true one-to-one basis, right? I can say, Steve didn't do this action as an individual. So what happens here is I'm triggering a goal, style select or submit. We showed where we configured that. We did that in the marketing control panel. And I'm triggering that goal and saying, put this person into the automation flow. And so it's a goal-based trigger, but you can trigger things based on an event, based on an outcome. This is Sitecore's taxonomy. Doesn't necessarily mean it's your business taxonomy. An outcome out of the box with Sitecore is very sales focused, but in implementations, it could, if it's definitely if you're in like a heavy sales organization, it could be like MQL versus SQL, and you want to be able to measure those different outcomes. Or you can do things like meet specific rules. So if you want to put someone an entire experience into an automation flow based on the fact that someone's in New York or someone's in California, you want to be empathetic to those that are on the West Coast with all the fires going on right now, and you want to be able to react to those type of real-time scenarios. Be able to use rules to drive automation flow becomes really powerful. So what's first happening here is I'm adding a contact to a list. If you remember from our campaign strategy, I'm just putting the information here, but I'm adding them to just, you're part of the style list here. And then we're sending them an email. I'm waiting here for a listener. And so this is a goal triggered listener. Sitecore out of the box, if has a lot of different listeners you can use. You can also make your own custom listener. But the idea here is I have that callback goal called subscribe. When someone actually makes a purchase, they're going to get that goal. So I'm waiting to see, did my email work and convert that person into a customer? I'm going to listen for 2 days and then I'm going to make a decision. The answer is no. We're going to go in this way. If it's yes, we're going to add that contact to a Pen Club customer list. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to change their behavior. Inside that profile that we configured in the marketing control panel, you have access here. And inside here, I'm going to say what stage they're in. And I said the customer stage, I'm going to give them 20 points for their value of being a customer now. And the reason I'm doing that is maybe Pen Club's not the only brand or product I have. Maybe I have a library of sister companies, and I want to know they're a customer of Pen Club, and I want to be able to use that and mobilize that in different ways. And I'm going to move them into a campaign for nurturing customers and upselling them. And this would be another automation flow similar to one that looks like this. If we go over here, I created another list called Pen Club non-conversions. Now that's just me also having a little OCD. I like to micro segment my digital experiences because I just always truly want to know what worked and what didn't work. And specifically those individuals it did not work on, because inside Sitecore, we're going to have all this data about what their journey was, what behaviors they took on their path, and we can make assumptions, data-driven decisions off of that. So what I'm going to do here is change behavior to say, look, it didn't work. They're not a customer. They're in the awareness stage. They're not even considering us. If I wanted to make this more detailed, I would put a listener to see if they even opened the email up. And if they did, maybe I put them in the consideration stage, right? But you can make decisions like that. I'm going to send them another email. This one's called Sales Attempt 1. And so, if you know marketing automation, you create all your different waves, right? So we can have this go forever. Right now I've programmed it for 2 days. So this is another 2-day trigger, waiting for the subscribe factor. If no, yes, we go down here. If it's a no, send the email again, trigger, move to another campaign if they've never converted, right? Eventually, maybe they convert and we have them as customers and we change their behavior and we have an end state. So this is an example of, marketing automation inside Sitecore and how it hooks into all your different areas of your digital experience, because these behavior states that I'm changing are going to be anchors for us to actually change the personalization that you saw if you did it yourself, or you saw as I demoed in the beginning there.